Why hello, I'm Sister Mary Clarence, and I'm here for Art Corner today. Today we will have two art students competing for a scholarship. First, let me welcome Krista Devine. How divine it is to have you here today, Krista. Could you tell me a little bit about yourself?
I'm 18, my name's Krista, I go to Northampton. I major in fine arts, and I hope to become a tattoo artist someday.
Oh, a tattoo artist. So you hope to permanently stain the body that Christ has given you?
No, I see it more as like someone's permanently putting my artwork on their body and showing it to them, and it's my art.
Okay, so, all right, you want to scar people for life. And next we will welcome Christina Michael. Hi, Christina.
Hello.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm going to be 20. I go to Kutztown University. I'm a sophomore. I major in fine arts. And I want to open my own gallery one day.
Oh, Christina, who named you that name?
My father.
Your father. Oh, did he realize that you can't spell Antichrist without Christina?
I guess so.
Oh, that's interesting. All right, well, let's take a look at the art. Could you tell me about this work with the fish, I believe those are?
Okay, it's watercolor painting. I did it for one of my art classes. The project was an accidental landscape.
Accidental, okay, so that's why you spilled something on it?
No, I didn't spill anything on it.
Oh, did an animal get a hold of it? Perhaps a rabid dog?
No animal got a hold of this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like I was saying, you put, you wet the whole page with water, and then you put the watercolors that you want on there, and then you sprinkle sand, salt, saran wrap, anything you want to like distort it, and then you have to decide what you want to do. Like half of it be the sky, half of it be the ground or whatever. And then I just like glued on fish and stuff to it because I decided I wanted to make it underwater.
Okay, that's very interesting. Now let's take a look at this. Is this a beaver?
Yeah, it's a beaver. When I was in art last year, we had to do a project where we had to draw an animal like several times realistically.
Was it a demonic animal that you were supposed to draw? 'Cause
no.
Some sort of demonic eyes?
No, we were supposed to draw just an animal in the wilderness, and then we had to turn it into...
I haven't seen many of those animals in the wilderness.
Well, I cubized it, and we had to paint it like the Mexicans do with their wooden carvings in bright colors with dots and lines.
Okay, let's take a look at those disembodied organs. Is that what those are?
No, those aren't disembodied organs.
Oh, they aren't? Well, what on earth are they?
They're shriveled. It's a series. They're 2 out of a series of 8. It's a leaf dying, and those 2 are close to death.
Oh, they're dying. That's kind of morbid. What ever gave you that idea?
I really like leaves, and I hate
You really like leaves? It's not death that you really like?
No, I like leaves, and I don't like when they die, so...
So you thought you'd just forever sculpt a leaf dying, since you don't like it so much?
Okay, so...
Okay, interesting. Now let's take a look at your final piece of art. Did you fold that?
I folded it to keep...
Oh, you folded it to bring it to present onto television. She folded her art. Okay. Let's tell me a little bit about this piece of folded art.
Is there a reason you're being so rude to me?
Oh, no, I'm just trying to figure out who can win this scholarship.
Okay.
And I wondered why you would fold something that you're going to show on TV.
Well, because when I made it, it wasn't planned to be shown.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. All I can do is stare at that crease and the little demonic creatures sailing these little boats.
I'm starting to get a little offended here.
Okay, so anyway, let's take a look at Christina's work. Let's see, what have you brought for us today, Christina?
I brought an all red painting that I did for my intro to painting course.
Oh, all red? Why did you choose red?
Actually, I didn't choose it. It's what our teacher told us to do.
Oh, is your teacher like a little red fellow I can think of?
No.
A little red fellow named Satan?
No.
Lucifer, Beelzebub?
No.
The Dark Lord?
Sometimes I think so, but no.
Okay. Interesting. So tell me a little more about this red piece.
It's just a still life that he set up in the classroom. Actually, none of the objects that were in it were actually red except for the shoe.
And you just thought, why not make them red?
Well, we were supposed to make them red, but anyway. We were supposed to do underpainting in the background with just like different colors, like bright colors, like yellows and blues and greens, and just use the underpainting to like bring out the highlights and everything in the painting. And
Fascinating.
manipulate the red a little.
Very interesting. Now let's look at your next piece.
That's actually a project I did for a 2D class that I had.
2D?
Yeah, two-dimensional.
Okay.
It's just kind of supposed to be like give you a feeling from the shapes that are used and
What kind of
images.
feeling is it supposed to give you?
well, mine's
A
themed-
seizure, perhaps? Because whenever I look at it, I feel as though I'm going to have a seizure.
well, it's supposed to be like peace and war, and like the
Peace and war.
fluid shapes are supposed to be like the peaceful, calming, soothing shapes, and then like that fiery shape is like the war part of it.
War.
There's actually little
You're very
guns.
interested in war, aren't you?
No.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, let's look at your final piece that you've submitted to us.
That's actually from my watercolor class. It says on it, once I dreamt of a world without consequences, without reminders of this, and it's just...
a world without consequences. Is
Yeah.
that the type of world that you dream of living in?
Not per se, but maybe
Oh.
sometimes.
Well, then why would you write that on there if that is not how you feel? I thought art was about expressing yourself.
Well, everything has consequences, and
That's right, they do have consequences
Yeah.
to our Lord. So why did you choose to put a skull and a skeleton on here?
the skeleton just is representing death, and
Death.
just
Oh.
the house
Seems
on
to
fire.
be a topic of interest to the two of you. And, okay, why did you decide to make a house that is on fire?
Just to symbolize the death that, like, things
The death
like that
you
happen.
dream about?
Well,
When you're dreaming about not having any consequences?
I don't dream about death, but
Oh, you don't?
No.
Okay. But you seem to enjoy spending lots of time painting, if that's what you want to call it, painting. But all right. Well, let's take one last look at this work. I'm afraid I just cannot grant this scholarship to either of these two ladies. So I'm sorry, Christina and Krista, but the church is not going to grant the scholarship to either of you. We will need to look for a new candidate again. So if anyone knows any art students interested in furthering their education, please call 1-555-666-6666.